Yes, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now Dobbins again on second down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they go play action now. Burrow. To the right side to Eric Ebron. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when the quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Ravens will get it. First and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. This is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Mixon with a first down carry. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. first down. Mixon, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Burrow on play action, rolling to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Play action. It's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Now Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. It's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw up for the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Second and 8. Burrow looking to pass. All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
At the 38-yard line.
Second and 9. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Flush to his right. First down and more for Jackson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now Burrow on 1st down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
This goes out wide from Nixon. Oh, and Absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He finds his target, Ebron. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mixon trying to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action.
Definitely. Let him get outside.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Forced out to his left. First down and more for Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Dobbins. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Patrick Queen in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Throwing, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Tucker's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 2. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Ravens, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll